Body camera video released tonight from LMPD shows us the moments before a deputy U.S. Marshal shot and killed 25-year-old Omari Cryer. Chief Erica Shields says the only video that exists comes from an LMPD officer who was part of a task force serving a warrant for Cryer's arrest. We do want to warn you, though, what you're about to see may be hard to watch. Metro Police say the task force was trying to serve a warrant on Omari Cryer's arrest early in the morning on May 20th on South 37th Street when Cryer ran from the area. That's where the body camera picks up, showing officers running after Cryer through an alley on nearby Sutcliffe Avenue. In one version of the video, slowed down and highlighted by LMPD, you can see Cryer pull a gun from his waistband before he jumps over the fence.
Drop the gun!
And at that point, investigators say a deputy U.S. Marshal off camera to the right fires 2 rounds and hits Cryer in his front. No other officers fired their weapons. After Cryer is shot, detectives and other deputies provide aid until EMS arrives, but Cryer died at the scene. Tonight, we're also learning more details about the warrant officers had for Cryer's arrest. Cryer was wanted on charges of domestic violence, strangulation, terroristic threatening, and assault. According to that warrant, the charges stemmed from an incident on January 23rd. A detective says the victim, who has a child with Cryer, was asleep when he reportedly hit her in the head, pushed her into a wall, and threatened to kill her. The detective says Cryer also used a gun to hit the woman in the face, and she was able to get away to a neighbor's home where police were called. LMPD's Public Integrity Unit is investigating the shooting at the request of the Marshal's office.
The findings the other day only told our family that what we feel in our hearts, there's some truth there. Omari shouldn't have died that day.
Omari Cryer was shot by a federal marshal last May. He was running from officers when they say he reached to shoot moments after hopping a fence. Police were chasing Cryer, suspected of a violent attack on a woman. His family, though, still has questions. They gathered at Riverview Park on his birthday and in the wake of the DOJ's report. Wave News reporter David Ochoa has more from them.
Cryer was shot when a task force of federal marshals and LMPD officers tried to arrest him for that attack. Police said he was armed and about to use the weapon when he jumped a fence. And that's when a U.S. Marshal shot him. And although the marshal was the one that pulled the trigger, Cryer's family says LMPD is still responsible since it was their warrant.
Happy birthday!
Nearly 1 year after his death, Omari Cryer's family still mourning.
God, give us strength, please.
Omari was the life of our family, you know, come in the room and tell a joke, talk about somebody's socks, random, you know, he would lighten up the room with just one little single joke or one little single dance move or just a smile. That's who Omari was to us.
The family is looking for answers and hoping for action. Jameson says the Commonwealth Attorney's Office feels they don't have enough evidence to indict anyone for Cryer's death.
He was a fleeing suspect. His body language, according to the video footage that they put out, never showed aggression. It never showed threat. He never turned. He never pointed that weapon.
Here's the body cam footage from that day. The yellow circle was added by LMPD to highlight the gun. This is the last moment before Cryer was shot.
And within seconds, a marshal coming from the front of the house that had no ability to see what was taking place in the back of that yard instantly fired those shots and took his life.
Because it was LMPD's warrant, the family considers the department just as accountable as the marshal who pulled the trigger.
Mayor Greenberg said he apologizes. We deserve better. Well, guess what? This family right here deserves better.
Greenberg said that last Wednesday when the DOJ released the report on LMPD. The report details excessive force and discrimination within the department.
Too many people who deserved respect and dignity didn't get it from officers of the law sworn to protect them.
The family feels Cryer is one of those people.
The investigation shouldn't stop in 2021 because May 20th, 2022, you all devastated our family.
Jameson says young black men have a flight or fight mentality because of LMPD's history, and that's why Cryer ran. She says other non-lethal options should have been tried first so that he could face a judge for his alleged crimes. In the control room, David Ochoa, Wave News.
Shout out to David, man. Good man, brother. I appreciate you. I think in cases like this, and in the context that he used the word alleged, that's when it's appropriate to use that word. A lot of times these journalists, these reporters, the Johnnies, the government, etc., will use that word referring to things that we can see clearly on cam. I don't think obvious things are alleged. I don't give a damn what type of judicial processes they put in place to make that seem sane. I am Trailhand Bill reporting from South Florida on a very beautiful, but again, solemn Friday, man. I like the stories, and it's crazy to say these are the options, man, where cops are just violating people's rights, man. I don't like reporting, covering murder at the hands of our government and its minions. Rest in peace, Omari Cryer. There's no way I'm going to remember to say everything that I was thinking watching this video. Rest in peace, all of the names that we've lost to the tyranny of our government. My prayers and compassion, genuine prayers and genuine compassion goes out to your loved ones. And then, you know, those who've just been terrorized by the same people, man. My heart goes out to you guys too. I've never been in those types of situations. I have been Omari before, and there are a lot of things that I be wanting to share with y'all, but I'm a very private person. But I'll find a way, Lord willing. And also, while I'm remembering, guys, I probably will be launching my new channel this weekend, Down Man Copwatch 2. I will update you guys on that, you know, as I can, man. The way they finished this video, you know what I mean, with it, I think they said his family member said this, but the mayor even, you know, spoke to it. And then this, who was this guy, Attorney General or something? Let me look back and see, because guys, this is the second case. He's the one, if it's the same one, that turned me on to Omari's story in another video where the Louisville, Kentucky cops arrested the wrong guy. Like, they had one road cop up there who was repeatedly lying on reports. You know what I mean? He see one individual on the video. Ironically, it was another domestic violence situation. He sees the guy that he's looking for on the video, the alleged suspect. Again, these guys haven't been to court. They're innocent until proven guilty. Nothing has been established. So he sees one guy on the video and he arrests another guy that looks totally different from him. That guy stays in jail for months. They actually arrested him in front of his children on Christmas Eve. And this same, Inspector General, that's who it is. The Inspector General, man, I don't know if it's the same one, but he's the one, let me say again, that told me about Omari's story in that video. He said, y'all did this, you know what I mean, same type of activity, and we had to get on y'all ass about it before. So let's just get back to Omari's story, man. I'm going to start with the cops, and it is the same gentleman. It's the same Inspector General. In this case, he found 15 wrongdoings by the cops. Is that how they worded it? 13, I'm sorry. 13 allegations of wrongdoing by LMPD. This dude is not playing with their ass, man. He's saying y'all out of pocket. And again, the mayor spoke to it, and the family, spoke to it too. The mayor said there are people. I was so surprised to hear that mayor's statement. There are people who deserve better, who deserve more humane treatment, or however he worded it, from the cops, and they're not getting it. I'm surprised to hear the mayor saying that. Now, in Omari's story, the lying-ass Chief Paul Humphrey, came out and said that's bullshit what the Inspector General, and I guess he would say it to the mayor too, are saying about them. But, sir, we have video footage. We have video footage. So what they said, though, that jumped out to me, because I wasn't even going to mention it, is that it's disproportionately young black males who have to worry about this type of treatment from law enforcement officers, at least in their vicinity. Now, let me dive into my take on this subject, man. Number one, I've been listening to jail calls from and watching the case about I don't know what's wrong with this young lady, but she drove her vehicle high speed, I guess, into some building. She killed her boyfriend and his friend. And, you know, I'm tuning into her case right now. And one thing I can appreciate about her parents is they were never watering the situation down for her. They were telling her it's serious. You might get sentenced to a lot of time, etc., etc. And that's what I'm going to do here, guys. I do wish gun laws were reformed. I do wish gun laws were established in a more formidable way that speaks to the human existence and the lives we navigate. And what I'm saying about that is, again, I've been Omari before, and all of us, in a sense, are, some of us, in how we navigate life, we choose to arm ourselves to protect ourselves. And unless you're just a vile and violent person, I don't think anybody, including people with criminal records, should be stripped of that ability to protect themselves with firearms. I think unless you're a violent person, I'm talking about very violent, you should have that ability like everyone else has. And unfortunately, you can do very simple things and you can have the right to protect yourself fully stripped from you. So imagine being Omari, and it doesn't because he's black and he's in where, I don't even know where he lived. Hell, he could have lived in an affluent gated community. I don't know. But wherever you're at, you want to protect yourself the same way everybody else does. Let's just use this scenario. I don't know if he was guilty of beating that woman. You already know, if you watch my videos, how I feel about domestic violence claims. They're claims. They're no different from when cops get calls and automatically believe the caller. They're no different from when cops arrest people, abduct people, etc., without probable cause and evidence, without arrest. It's no different. You can't just believe something because somebody's making an accusation, even if it's a woman, even if it's your mother, sister, etc. They have to be held to the same standards we want law enforcement to be held to. Where's the proof? So let's just say, because this lady made this accusation, if it's true, then Mr. Omari, we got to deal with your ass. You can't be out here beating women no more than women can be out here beating men. But maybe it isn't true, or whether it is or not. Now her brothers, uncles, because men are very gullible when women make claims. Now they might be looking for him to do something to him, whether he's guilty or not. This man deserves to be able to protect himself. So now he has a gun that he got to possibly protect himself. And now the cops come looking for him, and that same weapon he acquired and has to protect himself becomes the very reason he loses his life. Because again, certain people aren't allowed to protect themselves like others are in the eyes of certain individuals. And we know, if you pay attention to how Johnnies operate amongst Americans, you can be way more law-abiding than they are. They think they're the only ones who are supposed to have weapons. They literally walk up on Americans who have done nothing wrong. Hey man, can I check your pockets? Hey, let me secure your weapon until this. Motherfucker, I need my weapon to secure my safety from your coward ass. What the fuck did you trying to take it for? You gonna put yours down? And even if you do, that don't obligate me to put mine down. I ain't did it. So don't get me on my tangents, because that's when I start. So anyway, I'm thinking that's one reason Omari may have been armed. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. He has a right to protect himself, and he may have been, like many Americans, one who chooses to do that by arming himself with the firearm. It should not be a crime. And if it's not a crime because of the laws, then of course it's no crime. And what's wrong with it? I shouldn't be killed because I have a gun. And the cops are scared. Perfect segue. They said this is happening to young black men in their city and state at an alarming rate as compared to everybody else. I definitely believe that plays a key component in stories like this, because it always has in our country, no matter how much other people don't want to admit that. The facts don't agree that this is not true. I think there's more to it, though. They said the cop came from the front of the house. So he was in front of, he would have been in front of Omari. You don't even know what the fuck going on. I think that's another reason why they just edited that body cam. Why can't we get the full video? That's what y'all always wanted to tell us to do when y'all last dead wrong. Wait till the full video comes out. But y'all gonna piecemeal get this to us? Man, fuck y'all. I want to snap. But you come from the front of the house and you immediately shoot this guy? Why? You just wanted to hunt a black man? Because you saw a gun and got scared? I think they're ill-equipped and ill-trained to be out here parading around as armed heroes. I think that has something to do with it. Very well the black man component, but also very well y'all just terrified ass cowards. You hunt human beings, sometimes particular demographic, sometimes simply human beings, and then you add to that the element that you're just cowards. So you see this gun, your ass get immediately terrified. You pull out your weapon because you have qualified immunity to shoot anybody down, and you murder someone who didn't deserve to be murdered. He was clearly fleeing from you and your coward partners. He was fleeing. If I'm Omari, you know what I'm trying to do with that gun in that situation? Just run somewhere where I can toss it real quick. Because I don't want a gun charge because I'm an American who simply is trying to protect themselves. This is all conjecture here, guys. I don't know Omari. I've never met him. I haven't spoken to anyone close to the situation. But my heart breaks because we have video evidence. And for the chief to come out and say these actions were warranted and justified, I want to read to y'all what Omari's family said in response to what the chief said, man. Then we're going to get out of here, man. Because the chief just came out. So much I want to say. Omari's family, in response to what the chief said, Police Chief Humphrey stated at his press conference that facts, not narratives, are the substance that builds trust. We wholeheartedly agree. However, if he truly wants to live by his maxim and build trust, then why did he give the narrative yesterday? What occurred yesterday just reinforced why there has been an erosion of trust. Now, let me tell you what the chief said. Most egregiously, Police Chief Paul Humphrey stated at his press conference that Omari picked up that gun and was subsequently shot and killed by U.S. Marshals. His family goes on to say this is blatantly false. The United States Marshal who shot Omari stated himself in an interview, Omari was carrying a gun that fell to the ground, and he was not holding the gun at the time he was shot. In fact, the marshal stated that it was only his perception that Omari was reaching for a gun. And yet the chief, who thinks facts, not narrative, should control the situation, not piecemeal information fed to the American public, piecemeal fed information to the American public while staunchly backing his coward colleagues that murdered an innocent American. These are your heroes, guys. Another lost life. Rest in peace, Omari. Know your rights. Teach your children to know their rights. Encourage your loved ones to as well. And know it's very probably not one of these cowards that are heroes. I'm Trey and Bill. Y'all be good. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.